Hey everybody, I'm really excited to share with you what I have found over the last 6 years in really honing down a system to finding the right home-based business. The business that's going to be right for you and your family to give you what you want out of life. So let's go ahead and get started. Why a business? Why are so many people maybe hesitant about starting a business, and why are so many people excited about starting a business? Well, number one, if you're watching this presentation, you obviously are looking for something or you wouldn't be here. But why a business? So many people are afraid of business because they're so programmed to work a job, they don't know any better. On the other hand, this is why people should start a business. Number one, unemployment rates are sky high and it's not looking any better. Number two, if you do have a job, you're never in control 100% of your life, and you know that. Number three, no one, to my knowledge, has ever become ultra wealthy by working a job, and history will definitely prove me correct in that. So why do you care about owning a business? Well, number one, you can't really fire yourself if you work for yourself, which is great, so you don't have to worry about unemployment. Number two, you will have 100% control over you. You can control you. Number three, you have the potential to earn an unlimited amount of money instead of being stifled by a boss who tells you how much you're worth. And I think that owning a business can change your life in the next 12 to 24 months. Because see, no matter where you're at now, your life can look absolutely different no matter what that life looks like by just implementing some of the philosophies that business owners know. And I'm going to share with you a little bit of that today. Number one, most people, again, are programmed to work a job. Programmed to work a job where they're going to work, say, even if they worked multiple jobs, they're going to work 50, 60, 70 years of their life. They're going to retire on Social Security on a half to a fourth of what they couldn't live comfortably on when they were earning their full-time income before they retired, and they can never will that income to their children. And we know we'll be lucky if there's any Social Security left by the time you and I are time to retire. So when you own a business, you can finally leave something for your future generations to come. You can create a legacy that you can pass down. Doesn't matter how many generations down if you find the right business. And number two, you can feel proud of being in control of your life, never having to take orders from anyone else again. You are the boss. You're in total control of your life. My dad always said that if you're a grown woman or man, then you should have the right to go to the bathroom when you want, to go home early when you want, to take a day off when you want, to take a lunch break when you want. What kind of life is it if you've got to ask permission for everything every single day? We live in the land of the free, and it's time for us to find a business that will set you free. And freedom of time, money, and mental freedom. Those are elements that I think that everyone is striving for. So let's get our time, money, and mental freedom down by finding the right business. The very first thing we want to do is gather the right information. You do not want to research. You'll see this is kind of funny on this slide. You don't want to research with no filters on. I want you to have filters on and understanding the internet a little bit and understanding business. So I don't want you to do what you probably normally are used to doing and Googling something or Bing something or Yahoo something, going to those search engines and typing in the business name that you're looking at. You're going to get a myriad of answers from very non-credible sources. More people today understand how to set up a blog, how to write an article, how to set up an entire website bashing a company. And so what I'm going to share with you today might be a shock to you, but a lot of people, they'll go and search a company. They'll go XYZ company in Google, and all of these pages come up, and 90% of them are people that had a horrible experience. Now, that may or may not be an indication, but I would ask that you put your filters on. Put the filter on to understand where those articles came from, who generated them, are they from credible sources? More than likely not. Here's the example. Most people shop at Walmart. Okay, Walmart is 15% of the world's economy. If you were looking to work for Walmart, number one, you probably wouldn't go to Google because you already know a lot about Walmart. But let's just say you didn't, and you went and you searched Walmart. There are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of links that I found in just about 20 minutes of searching of lawsuits pending against Walmart. Doesn't mean Walmart's a horrible company. I don't know, you make that decision. Lawsuits usually come when companies, now listen hard, when companies are large and they have a huge financial windfall. So, but on the other hand, a company could have lawsuits because they're not credible. They've really gypped people over. But how do you find the credible sources without just going to Google? Well, here are the answers. I want you to look for credible sources, and we will start with the basics. Number one, check with the Better Business Bureau. Their sole purpose of existing is to help people understanding the business arena and rating those companies, much like restaurants are rated. Would you want to eat at a restaurant that had a C rating or A rating? You know, would you want to work with a company that has a failing record, or do you want one that has an A+ record and recommended by the Better Business Bureau? So go specifically to the Better Business Bureau and look at the history of that particular company. You'll be able to see every complaint that was made and every solution, if there was one, to that particular complaint. Number two, see if your company is listed on the public exchange of either the New York Stock Exchange, American Stock Exchange, or the NASDAQ. Now listen, those companies that are public, that is a glass house. There is nothing hidden that you can't see in their full quarterly or yearly report. You'll be able to see who's at the helm of the company, what their stock has done, who's reinvesting in the stock. You'll be able to see all the financials, which brings me to one of the next subjects, is if the business has been in business for a while, up to date, you want to know how many people are earning over $50,000 a year. I put that as a benchmark for me, but you do whatever number you're looking to make. So if you're only looking to make $30,000 a year from home, then ask how many people are making $30,000 a year or more. Contact the company. They should have an accountant that could give you that information. It might take them a couple days if they don't know the answer right away, but hopefully you get an answer that you like. Now, I'll share with you some wisdom that took me a while to kind of unveil because I was wearing blinders. I didn't have filters on. I was wearing blinders. I was really financially struggling as a waitress. When I look back at that time period in my life, there was no waitress there that was doing great. They were all struggling. So I was fighting in a world where it was pointless. No one was doing great. So again, find a company where people are already doing what you want to achieve and you can align yourself with that company. The next thing is, how many years of consecutive growth has the company had? Because see, the economy right now is it's struggling very much. We all know that. We're in a recession and we're probably not even hit the bottom yet. We could go a little bit better, but we don't know. No one really knows definitively. So why go work a job, which you've probably been working, that's been affected by the economy? Or you've been fired, which you're obviously affected by the economy. Why go start a business where that same business is going to be affected by the same economy? So you want to find a product, good, or service with a company that really is not affected by the economy. Okay, so if your company's been in business for a while, you want to see the positive growth that they've had over the past couple of years. And the last question is, how do they pay? Because obviously you want to know when you're going to get paid. Are you going to get paid daily or weekly, monthly? And more than likely, you're going to be responsible for your taxes and have to file a 1099 at the end of the year. So definitely check out how you're going to get paid. Okay, great. The next video is going to show you the last 2 key elements in finding the perfect home-based business. We'll see you there.